of the things that seems interesting is that even though the businesses downtown moved out, there's still a very strong residential population, and actually more people were encouraged to move in because it was relatively inexpensive.
There you go. It was affordable. Yeah, there was still plenty of people living downtown, the upper floors of the buildings. And then, of course, all the government operations were all still in downtown Frederick. And a few larger employers, News Post was one of the largest, they remained there for another 30 years. Just the retail segment is what just got sucked out to the Fredericktown Mall.
At one point, the government buildings, particularly the courts, were looking to move out to a more convenient parking place. And there was a big fight about that. At that point, were you old enough to cover that? Were you working for the News Post at that
I was
point?
working for the News Post.
What was the debate about?
Well, this is naturally the inclination of most planners was to move to large, more convenient, accessible areas where you had more parking, easy, ingress and egress, and so forth. So there was a fair amount of pressure to move any of those government buildings to government agencies to move out of town. But I don't recall that any of them did. The biggest one at the time when I was a reporter was the courthouse and the acquisition of the land there on the corner of Patrick Street and Court Street. That had to be done because the old courthouse was just absolutely inadequate in every way as a modern courthouse, but it was perfect for City Hall, and so it ended up being sort of a nice, synergy that the city of Frederick got a bigger building in a convenient location, and the courts all moved into much larger space.
And the News Post at one point was thinking of moving out, and they decided to stay. Was that seen as a significant victory?
I don't remember that a big deal was made of it, but it was important, obviously. There's certain things that just seem like they belong downtown in any city, and the newspaper is one of them.